Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Guinea Pigs with Greg. We've had a bit of a tough time recently with the Goldens breeding, so in order for us to try and get back to these glory days of the pigs you see in the photos now, I thought it was best to do a little review of some of the babies that we've had born. As you know, I like to be reflective and get a good understanding of where the stud is at the moment and where we have to improve in order to produce sows like the ones you see in the picture above. But also, I'm very conscientious that boars are a big part of the stud, so we want to be able to get back to our glory days of producing best in show winning boars as often as we can, because I think that this is the quickest way to pass on the genes to the babies. So this is the first sow we're going to look at. It's quite a compact little sow. It's got a nice shape to the head. I'd like the ears to be placed slightly further forward if I'm honest, but it's got a lovely bold eye. It's got a nice head shape. The colour's still clearing because it's quite young. But it looks to be quite fiery underneath, so I'm not too worried about colour at this moment. But I'm really pleased with the type, and I think she's going to be quite a useful breeding sow. She may make a show pig, but I don't think the ears are quite where I want them to be. But we'll keep a close eye on her development. Next we have her litter brother, quite a plain boar with a long head, not really the kind of boars that I like breeding with. I prefer my boars to have a much squarer set head, but this has got a lot of ears and quite a decent eye. So I'm just running him on a little longer than I normally would, just to see how he develops. The colour, in my opinion, is a touch light and may end up being a bit brassy. But it could be useful to someone else, you know, someone who wants great ears and a large sized head, because we all know the bigger the head, the bigger the KV. So this is why this one has intrigued me and why I've kept him around for a little bit longer than I usually would. But there's a bit of potential there in the width, and you can see he's actually got the bump on the nose, but we'll see how he develops as well. Now this sow really caught my eye from an early age, and as you can tell, I've taught her to stand and gave her quite a lot of training because, as you know, if a KV catches your eye, you tend to spend more time with them. You can see she's got a lovely square-shaped head. Again, the ear set, I like it forward just a smidge, but a lovely bold eye and that real glamorous profile. The colour's really vibrant as well, which is just what we're looking for in a potential show sow. So again, we'll keep training her, feeding her up, and see how she actually develops. And maybe we'll get her out on the show bench much later in the year, but she's only very young at the moment, with lots of potential. What you can't see is how compact this body shape really is already, and how she's filling out very evenly. And I do like this in my potential show pigs. Now this sow is a completely different shaped head. She's got a very tall head and nice big ears. Again, good eyes and a much bigger, taller head. Now these taller heads are perfect breeding sows. She's got this lovely vibrant colour. Again, very young at the moment. There's a little bit of width there on the head, but I'm not too worried about that because the boar that we pair her to later on will be the way we correct this and get more glamorous sows. And I'd be quite happy to have multiple sows of this shape and size, because this is how I've always traditionally bred all of my top KVs. I use sows with big heads, big ears, bold eyes and nice colour to my much more glamorous, broader boars who add that extra size and oomph. We have another potential show sow, oodles of width. Look at that square shape to the head and those big bulging round eyes. They really set the KV off with that really strong, vibrant colour that's carried all the way down to the skin. A nice compact body shape really sets her off. The ears, yes, of course, we can be critical there, but they will settle as they get a bit older. They're even and balanced, which is what I'm happy about, but I would like them to be slightly set lower. But as I say, she's a potential show sow, and I will keep my eye on her greatly, and as you can see, she's been trained up already. Her sister, on the other hand, is a much plainer KV. You can see her head is a lot taller and a lot narrower, even though she's got a bit of width at the jowl, but the ears are set much better, especially for breeding. The colour is vibrant and level, which is just what you want, that nice glossy sheen to the coat, which if you use in your breeding sows, will emanate throughout your entire stud. Again, this one has been earmarked for breeding purposes, and I think she could be quite a big sized KV, because with that large head and already her body is well in proportion, she's much larger than her more glamorous sister, which you find the plainer pigs are usually a lot larger. And this sow, whilst glamorous and excelling in width and shape of head, again a really bold eye, just got nibbled by the mum when littering, so it's then put an end to the show career. But what a breeding pig. I mean, if you're looking to add a bit of glamour and width, this is the KV that's going to do it for you. Lovely level colour, really good body shape, just the type of pig you want in the stud. You're never going to be upset looking at this, and she's just got so much presence, which is definitely an attribute that we want to pass on to our youngsters. This sow I did think was going to be a show pig until the head kept growing, but the ears didn't. So there's quite a short ear on this KV. Again, a really bold eye, nice shape to the head, quite glamorous in places, and a real rich, vibrant colour. But those ears just make it so that we can't use her on the show bench, which then puts her into contention for a breeding sow. We just need to offset those ears with something that has a really big, straight ear set, which is then going to correct that fault in this KV. We also have a lot of babies in the shed at the moment. Don't really stay still enough for filming, but I thought I'd share a picture of this one, which really caught my eye. I think hopefully we might have a show KV in this one at some point, but time will tell, early days. My current team of show boars, which have been doing me proud on the show bench and get some very good comments, all the way from Bradford down to Bristol and everywhere in between. I'm very pleased with the consistency I'm getting in these and the width and the ear set on the boars, which is great when you think about the size we've got coming through. And just to top it off, one of the boars managed to pinch best in show at the Bristol KV Club show, which I'm mega proud of. It's nice to be back to winning ways after a few very awkward years on the show bench and in the breeding pen. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. For now, true bye.